produces a magnetic field, a moving charge. Moving charge produces a magnetic field. I'm going to move this a little further away because I keep bumping into it. In the lab, we noticed that you had to move a magnet to get current to go through a coil of wire. And that's similar to what we're saying here. Stationary charges don't do much of anything, but moving charges create magnetic fields. And a moving magnet near a wire will create an electric current. It's all the same thing. Movement is necessary to make electricity. Okay? From rest, D equals 1/2 GT squared. Solve for T. What does this formula represent? A falling object. How do I know that? Got G in there, 9.8. So on the Earth, that's 9.8 meters per second squared. D is how far it's fallen. And the T, of course, is how long it took to fall. But once you've got an equation that has several variables, you can solve for any of those variables just by a little algebra. So that's all I'm asking you to do here is solve for T. So first multiply by 2. 2D equals GT squared. Then divide by G. So 2D over G equals T squared. For T, then, is the square root of 2D over G. So that's how you can find out how long it takes an object to fall off a cliff and get to the ground below, if you know the height of the cliff. That's all you need to know. We are assuming that the distance is relatively short so that air friction is not involved. Let's see, okay. F equals ma, solve for m and a. This is Newton's second law, force is mass times acceleration. But if we are given F and m and we want a, then a is F over m. If we want to find mass, then mass is F over a. So again, we can use one equation to find any of the three variables that are in that equation, just by algebra. Recognize the electron configuration of the element. Did I skip one? What is atomic number? The number of protons in the nucleus. On the periodic table, it's the top number. But if you give the symbol for an isotope, like uranium-235, for example, then it's the bottom number. And I know that's confusing, but that's just the way chemists decided to do it. The atomic number, though, is the number of protons in the nucleus. It's also the number of electrons in a neutral atom. Okay, let's finish this. What element is that?
Oh, yeah.
And how do you know? How do you figure it out?
Look on our chart or the periodic table.
you count the superscripts, which are electrons, and the total number of electrons is the same as the total number of protons. So in other words, the total number of electrons is the atomic number.
Whatever SC is.
It's SC.
What is
The
SC?
total here is 21, and that is scandium. It's also the first element where the order, the numeric order reverses itself. You know, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. That's the first time it backs up one. The D levels all do that, they back up one. The F levels back up 2.
Will we be able to use stuff like this on the final?
No, you don't need that, do you?
Oh, I didn't say we need it, but it'd be easier to use it, yes.
What did you say that was?
But you can use a regular periodic table, of course.
Okay. You insist.
Yeah, you can use your reference, the references that I gave you in the past